my fellow comic book collectors, it's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is going to be a live unboxing, well, preview. But also I have a pretty big announcement that I'm going to be saying in this video as well. I'll probably do kind of a combination of the two. Like as I'm sort of taking things out, I'll get into what the big reveal is. It's pretty big news. It's pretty big news, I would say. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Uh, I just want to say hi to Matt. Hey, Matt, you are first. Yeah, so basically, what happens is every 2 months, usually, I get a bunch of boxes from Stackery. And hi, Rick. So yeah, so basically, what happens is if you want to buy comics and send them to Canada, it is painful. It is really painful to send books to Canada. So what I do is I send all my books to Stackery, which is a kind of a mail forwarding company, and then they box them all together and then they ship them to me. But I think they get a special rate because generally it's a lot cheaper to ship to Canada from them. So typically you're looking at like $30 to $40 to ship to Canada individually. And what I do is I basically all my orders I go to Stackery, and I might have like 60 to 80 orders. I'll go to Stackery. So if you do the math here, it's that's like 60 times $30. It's like that would be all shipping costs. So a massive amount of shipping. Well, usually to send it from Stackery to Canada, it's about $200. So way, way, way cheaper. So that's, with that savings, I can buy more comics, basically. So what happens, though, is I get all these comics that sort of sit at Stackery for a couple months, actually. I'm waiting for these comics. They sit at Stackery, I gather them all up, and then I ship them here. So as a result, it's always a big unboxing. And you can see there's like 4 boxes. This one is not as big, but they are cool books. They are cool books inside. This is, I've been actually trying to buy less, believe it or not. I know it's you still see 4 big boxes, but I've been trying to buy less, but I've been trying to buy more quality. Less bulk, more quality. I feel like my comic room's getting really full, so I've been trying to really tone down my shopping, where I try to buy like more of the bigger books, more of the cooler books, rather than just like a whole bunch of like run filler and kind of junky books. Yeah, I don't believe me either. I'm saying this like, like you can always see if somebody's lying by which way they're looking. I'm probably totally lying when I'm saying this. Because I buy too much stuff. I really do. But hi, let's say hi to a few more people that have joined. Hi, Hazu. I mean. Hey, JSS. And yeah. So yeah. So but I do try. I mean, give me some credit for effort, maybe. I don't know. Do I get any credit for effort? For really trying not to buy too much. Hi, Comic Mike, and hey, who dat? So yeah, so I'm gonna show you what's inside the boxes. It should be pretty cool things. I'm not gonna obviously show everything today, like you're not getting that, but I am gonna do my announcement. My announcement is big, and I will show like how much stuff I got, and I might even show a few any of the loose items. I might show a few of them, so you'll get to see a few things at least. Okay, so this first little box is, let's see, oh, throw that over there, is all of these books. And it just looks like, wow, a whole bunch of things. I can't even tell what it is. It's just random stuff here. Okay, I can. Oh wow. Okay, so I just pull out some random big book. Wow, that's a cool one. So yeah, so there's some cool books in this. You can almost see. And yeah, so that's the first box. Had some raw comics. One of them is just the one that's hanging out right now. Is a massive book, really cool book. And it's not a FF51. I already have FF51, but it is a cool book still. And hi. Oh, hi. Oh, you were saying hi to him. Hi, FF51. Sorry. That's a cool name. That's a very cool thing cover. Classic thing cover. Good name for your channel. Okay, so this next box is a bigger one with lots of bubble wrap. And as I'm getting into this, I'll kind of explain a little bit of a story. Don't mind me, I'm just making a big mess. You can hear like things crashing and bashing. Like here, what? I was like showing, like there's this big box. So yeah, you can see like this one's all slabs. Like all slabs. Actually, can you see what they were? Yeah, some pretty cool stuff. Actually, I picked up a full, almost a complete collection of Reggie comics. So that was a bit of that. Somebody was selling it, and they sold it dirt cheap. Some more stuff, some more slabs. Actually, move that over. So, what happened was about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. There was a bunch of people that reached out to me just randomly, randomly reached out to me saying that they had collections that they wanted to sell to me. And one guy had actually taken the time to create an Excel document. And his Excel document was, was quite lengthy. It was pretty impressive. And the books on it were all mid to high grade. Okay. And on the list were some pretty major books. And he sort of, I looked at some of the books on the list, and he showed me the like several images of the books, and I felt like his grading that he how he graded the comics was very strict, and kind of like my comic shop, the way they grade their books. They're very strict about grading, and he graded in that kind of vein. And it was all golden age books, a lot of major books like Contact 12, for example. He also had, I bought from him Young Romance #1, which is the first romance book. And he had a bunch of books that I really, really wanted. And I created a list of about 10 books that I said, hey, I really would like to get these ones. Because I couldn't buy everything that he had because it was just crazy. It was like all big books. But I said, hey, I'd be interested in getting these ones from him. And it was just, I said, I try to do like Bry's Comics. If you ever watch Bry's Comics, the way he kind of talks about buying comics, he always says he'll give like a fair market value, and then like 60% or 70% of fair market value. He's very honest about the way he has to do it because he has to make a profit, right? So I try to do that with this guy, and I said, they were all raw. So I said, here's what I think that they're worth. I'll give you, I'll tell you what they're worth, and here's like a pretty fair value. Actually, I ended up. He said, oh, he was going to take them all to Heritage, which was okay. Sure, take them all to Heritage. But I actually offered him fair market value on the raw copies. And he denied me. He said, oh, no, I'm just going to take them all to Heritage. I was very disappointed. So even though I sort of, but my problem was I preferenced it wrong with him at first. I set up the wrong expectation in his mind, where I said that I would do 60% of fair market value. But then I said, I really, really want these few books, and I'll give you basically what I think they're worth. This is fair market value. And he still took them and ended up taking them to Heritage. So I was very disappointed. So I feel like I made the wrong offer at the beginning, and I didn't set it up correctly. And as a result, I missed out on a big collection that I really would have liked to have gotten. So with all that in mind, basically what happened was I mentioned this story to a guy that I buy comics from. Okay, need some more slabs as I'm. I gotta do two things at once here. Um, so I mentioned this story to a guy that I buy comics from. That he deals with. I would say his thing is he deals with high end collectors. That's his kind of niche. That he's like high end collectors, and he works with heritage. So he has like access to people that have money and access to an auction house. Those are his two things. And because of that, he can pool big sums of money. And when I told him, hey, there's these people that are coming to me with collections, not that I ever go out and say, hey, I'm going to buy out like all these collections. He basically said, hey, um, you should say that you'll just buy the entire collection. And what we can do is we can work out a deal later where you can cherry pick a few items that you would like for your collection. So I said, hey, that's a pretty sweet offer. And he said, he could maybe give me 6 figures to work with, or even up to 7 figures to work with to buy these collections. So yes, we buy by the box, and Alan buys by the truckload. So it might be that case where I will buy by the truckload, where I will be buying bigger collections. So that's the big announcement, that I have the ability now to say, hey, if you have a collection, if you have some golden age comics that you would like to sell as a big bulk collection, I can maybe buy it from you. Now it's not my money, but it is me getting access to big money to basically do that, where I can buy these bigger collections. So it could be the case that you see more of those bigger books on this channel, where you get like me bringing in just massive collections and showing them on the channel. But they would not be ones that I would be keeping. They'd be ones that I'd be passing on, like passing on to this other guy who would sell it to his network of collectors. So it would be really cool. I think it'd just be super cool. So if you have a collection, and we would give you guys actually closer to fair market value, like instead of you going to a comic shop or some kind of place where you're not going to get full value for your books, we would actually give you guys good money for the books. That's the big thing. We're only looking for more the older books, like the Golden Age, maybe a bit into the bronze, up into the bronze, maybe if it's bigger books in the bronze. But really we're trying to get nice curated collections that are books that these high-end collectors would go after. And as I said, I'd be probably cherry picking a few of the books out of that for my own personal collection. I'm a collector at the end of the day. I'm not a dealer. I'm being transparent about that. I'm not a dealer, and I don't want to be a dealer. I really don't. I just like the opportunity of having somebody else's money to buy cool books. That's a cool opportunity for me. I'm not I really I like cool comics at the end of the day. So if people have collections that they want to, if they need help selling those collections, I can help out, is my point. Yeah, so I'm going to buy at least 6 copies of Action Comics 1, at least. I don't know. So yeah, so it's good to see you on here, by the way, Papa. So yeah, so that's my big announcement, that I will have access to funds to buy bigger collections. And sky's the limit, really, on that. So I really do have the authority to do that. And you might be working with myself and with other people that would be involved. But the point is, I'm trying to be a support to people that need to sell their comics for whatever reason, and at a fair price. That's the big thing. I really want to support the community and have them sell their comics at a fair price. That's been a big problem for a lot of comic collectors like myself, is when they go to sell their comics, they don't get a fair price for their books. Often they get totally screwed over. Like I remember seeing a video with what's his name? Uh, comic Alex the Comic Quarter. And this guy had brought in a collection, just amazing books, to a comic dealer, and the dealer was like offering like a couple $100 and there was probably books in it that were like each like several $1,000s. It was like it was like so insane. And then Alex offered him a fair price and bought the collection from him. So I think that is something that I want to help people with, where they're not getting screwed over by the community, not by the community, but by people that are dealers that are kind of ripping people off. So I really do want to support comic collectors and people that are just walked into collections. So one of the guys that actually reached out to me, oh my goodness, this was the guy like just before I making this announcement. So this guy, he has like a collection where he literally got it for free. He got it for free. Okay, so imagine somebody has this amazing collection and they give it to you for free. Okay, they just want, oh, get rid of these comics. I don't want them in my house. It's like they're just like throwing them away. And in that collection, he had Chamber of Chills 19. Okay, in mid grade. He had some Chamber of Chills in there. He had some just some big books, like about 600 Golden Age books, 600, and he got them for free. I was like, oh man, okay. So I said I'll help him like sell those books. So that was another one of the inspirations for this video, where I figured, hey, I should really do this a bit more formally, where I kind of know what I can work with. So yeah, so it was just crazy. I couldn't believe this guy's collection that he picked up. He didn't know anything about comics either. He just was like, hey, if it's free, if it's free, I'll take them. Hey, Esfon. Hey, Scotty. So yeah, so just some really crazy things. So I really like the idea of having access to comics. I'm a bit, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I actually am a bit of a hoarder when it comes to cool comics. I really do like to pick up a lot of comics, and this opportunity just is so in line with my way of thinking. So yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool. So okay, I'm gonna get back to showing some more books that are inside of here. So I'm still in the second box, by the way. I was babbling so much I didn't show, but there's a bunch more raw. Let's see what else is there. This is just a big box, you wouldn't believe. So more raw books. Oh, you know what? Okay, wait, what is this one? Okay, I thought it was something, but it's not. Something different. That looks cool. Oh, got some more raw books. Lots of raw books, actually. Usually I buy a lot of slabs, but this one seems to be a lot of raw. Some more raw books. I'm not sure. You can see anything cool. Let's see. What's this one? Uncle. Some weird thing on it. Anything cool? Oh yeah. Some really cool Golden Age in here. Some junky books. Some junky books. But some cool, really cool books as well. Like you can tell. Oh, that's a really cool one. Oh, I was wondering when that would come. Okay, there's some really cool raw books in there. Okay, there. And, one sec here. Some more books. Okay, so, oh my goodness. Okay, some really cool books in here too. Okay, so sorry that I can't show, but I'm gonna, you'll start seeing this unboxing next week on Tuesday. If I find some loose things, I'll show them. But let me just get into this third box. The third box is a little bit smaller. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize, jeez. I bought a lot of comics. I bought a lot of comics. Some more raw books. I'd say there's like about 400 or 500 books in here. It's crazy. It seems like that. It's like lots of raw books. I didn't realize. A whole bunch of raw books. What's that one? Oh yeah. Here. Actually, I'll show you kind of a preview. This is a really cool one that somebody in my chat keeps on talking about this book. I'm going to show it actually, just because it's in a bundle. But look at this. This is Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse, I think number 17, if I remember right. Yeah, 17. And it's a cool bondage one. If you like mouse bondage, this is just a really cool bondage cover. Like, She's being put in a vice, and just a really cool book. Okay, so this is so I will show, like, once in a while I will show some stuff. Oh my goodness, this box is just filled with, I can't even get this thing to work. There we go. Ding. For all the people that knows what that means, look at this. Lone Star Comics. Look at this. All the books in here. And one of them, I'm actually going to show one. This was ones I won from an auction. And this is a really cool one. Ooh, I'm just going to show this one book because it's so cool. For those who know me, I collect, I'm really weird about what I collect. Yeah, it's mouse bondage is definitely a very small niche. There's actually, in this collection that I bought, there like or in this unboxing, there's actually 2 Mighty Mouse bondage covers. Yeah. But this next book, I'm just going to show this one book just because it's really, really cool. One thing that I collect is infinity covers. I love infinity covers. It's sort of like a thing. Like, you know, there's people that have gone out and gotten the complete DC collection, like all the DC books that have ever been produced, and that's a very noble goal. I always one of my weird goals is to get all the bondage cover, not bondage covers. Well, that'd be another cool goal. No, get all the infinity covers, infinity, like covers that have like infinity elements to them. And this is a book that I found that has a cool infinity one. So this is Tales of the Teenage Witch. It's a 9/8, signed by Dan Parent and certified. And I got this for a steal. I got it at such a great price. I was like, why not? And it's an infinity cover. See, look, she's reading the same book. One sec here. Isn't that cool? So I just thought it was a really cool one. I like getting it in 9/8 as well. It says Tales of Terror Annual #1 homage cover. So not only is it an infinity cover, it's also an homage cover. This Tales of Terror #1 that this homages is a really pricey book. Actually, it's one that's on my want list. It's one that I've been trying to get, but it's always crazy priced. It's like thousands of dollars. But yeah, this is as close as I'm going to get to that other book for now. But it's a cool homage and it's an infinity cover, so it's something fun. What? Okay, that's weird. Okay, that was very odd. Okay, so and then we got some more slabs. Let's see. Okay, these were some of my heritage auction wins. So a whole bunch of books, some really cool slabs in that. I don't even know where to put them. Okay, over there. Okay, so that's that box. We got one more big box to do. And then I'll answer some of the questions in the chat. And I'll try to find some things that I can show as well. I'm not going to totally just be a total tease. I'm going to show a few things. So don't worry. Okay, so this last big box, let's get into it. Oof. Wow, okay. Oh, okay. Actually, I can show this one first book. I'm actually going to show this one. This one I'll show as well. So just let me get the stuff out and then I'll show that book. Okay. A whole bunch of slabs. Oh my goodness. Look at all the slabs. Isn't that crazy? A whole bunch of slabs. Ferret is in here. So just so you know, Ferret is in here. I have no idea where it is. It's going to take me a while to find, so I don't think I can show the ferret. Unless it's hanging out on the top, I won't show it. Sorry, but it is in here. There is a Ferret #1 mega book Grail of the Grails. It's like, you go ferret number one, then it goes action one, I believe is the next one. And then, so ferret number one is in here. I picked it up. It's, it is the book to get. It will be live until ferret is found. It is in here somewhere. I don't know where, but I did pick it up. I was like, okay, I gotta cough up some money. I know that it's big book. Not many people can afford it, but I did decide to, mortgage my house and get ferret number one. So if you're not familiar with ferret number one, well, you should be. It is probably the key of key books for this year. It is going to be on all the hot lists. It's going to be probably the biggest book of the year. Money will be spent. Ferret number one. It is the book. So yeah, you have to watch our live streams to get the joke of that. So yeah, but okay, I think this box is just all slabs. Oh my goodness! Oh, look at all the slabs. A crazy amount of slabs and bubble wrap. Being attacked by the bubble wrap. So just a crazy amount of slabs. Anything that, oh yeah, oh wow, oh yeah, some really cool books, in that one. Oh wow, a whole bunch of little things. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll show you. I'll even show what these are. And I'll even show whatever this is. I have no idea what this is, but I think I might know. And it kind of relates to the other book that I will show. So there's some cool things that I'm going to show. Really cool things. You got to stay tuned for a little bit longer. Okay, but I have to just pull out all these slabs first. Some more slabs. Some 9.8. Oh, 9.8. That book I got so cheap. Oh my goodness. And it's such a major key. I was like, oh wow, it's so cool. Did I win the lottery? No, I spent way too much. Yeah, I can't wait for the ferret movie. Yeah. You're gonna be waiting for a while. Here's some more slabs. If you pause it, you can maybe see what they were. Oh wow, there's some zombie tramp in here. Some zombie tramp. Oh my goodness. You got ferret and then you got zombie tramp. Those are the classics of all time. Yeah, so zombie tramp there. We got whatever this is. This is just one book. I don't know why they wrapped it up like that, but okay. And a couple more slabs. So a couple more slabs. So a whole bunch of things in here. What is this one? Oh, wow. Okay, I know what that is. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, so I'm done in terms of all the comics are out of the boxes now. I'm going to show you some things that I picked up that were loose. I figure I might as well show them. First, I'm going to show you this little thing. And you're going to be like, why is this such a cool thing? Well, it is a cool thing. But and actually, they shipped it really well. I was actually thinking, how are they going to ship this thing? And I actually got two of them because I bought twice from the same guy. There's two of them. I'm just going to open them up so that you can see. Oh, Hazu has greenlit it. Yeah, we're all waiting very patiently for the ferret movie. That is going to be could be a multi-$1,000 movie. So yeah. Okay, the Razzie Award goes to. Okay, actually these are kind of different looking. So I got two of them. So these are, I'm not sure if you can see it. These are shot glasses, and on the weekends, Code Blue, if you can see that, Code Blue, and Crime City Comics, those two channels on Instagram, they do a claim sale. And they sell some amazing books, like, I mean, really amazing books. But it's a really fun auction to watch. It's not an auction. They have auctions, but It's more of a claim sale, I should say. And what they do is the whole time they're drinking, and it's part of the joke about the whole thing. I'm not sure if they're really drinking, but they're pretending, at least. I think they are, but they are pretending to drink, and they make it a big thing where they drink and then sell comics. And as the night progresses, the prices and the offers that they provide on those comics gets better and better as they drink, drink, drink. So we sort of joke that, oh, we got to wait for you to drink a bit more for the prices to go down a bit more. So they even says pre-code horror, crime, and weird. So they have amazing comics that they're selling. And you can get some really good stuff. I got some pretty major books from them in the past. Um, and in this unboxing, I think I got like, I think 6 or 7 books from them, together. So I got some really good things from them. So there's 2 shot glasses. Every time you buy something from them, they'll send a shot glass. Yes, ferret is obviously a joke. Yes, it is. You look it up. It is a big book though, because it's in that dollar bin status, and before that it was cheaper. It's gone up to that dollar bin status. Um, so um, this next one that I'm going to show is this book, this cool book, and I went down this weird rabbit hole of collecting Betty Boop. Okay, and Betty Boop is a very interesting character. I always liked Betty Boop. During the 80s and 90s, Betty Boop, there would be Betty Boop everywhere, like little figurines, and like she would be on like stationery and a whole bunch of stuff with Betty Boop. And I always wanted to get her first comic book appearance. Well, she appeared in the Big Little books. And I have her first appearance in that. Okay, so that's where she really made her first appearance, was in the Big Little books. And then what happened was after a while, she appeared in comics. But in between, the very first comic book-like thing she appeared in was a Tijuana Bible. Tijuana Bible was actually where she was kind of like in a comic book, like literally the small comic book format. And basically what it was is like, if you're familiar with the Tijuana Bibles, they weren't actually from Tijuana. The only reason people thought they were from Tijuana was that they were very cheaply made, and they didn't appear to be like American, something that you could get away with in America. And actually, S. Vaughn, if you go over to check out his channel, he did a very good explanation about Tijuana Bibles. Definitely check out his channel. He did a great video about it. But basically what happened was they were comics that were produced in US. And in 1934, they did a Betty Boop parody. I don't know if it's really a parody, but adult little mini comic for Betty Boop. And that's really her first comic book format, okay, that she appeared in 1934. And it was a story called Just Improvising. And I actually just picked that up 2 days ago. I actually been searching for that book for a really long time because it's such a cool first appearance in comics, and any close to comic book format. Later on, it wasn't until 1986 that she actually made her first official comic book appearance, which was in Betty Boop 3D. And that was her first true comic book appearance, which is really crazy. You think, wow, this character has been around since 1933. It was 34 that she was in the Tijuana Bible, but then it was not until 1986 that she actually made a comic book appearance, and she's a very well-known character. So you probably wonder why. Well, there was like a whole bunch of litigation that was going on, like between the Fleischmans and the different comic book producers, so that they never actually put her in comics because there was just too much litigation around it. So she never appeared in comics until then. And even when she did appear, they sued. It's like, what? Can't win. Um, yeah, so the point is, um, yeah, Popeye's first appearance was in a Betty Boop cartoon. If you watch the original Betty Boop cartoons, they're really fun. I really like her cartoons. They're really cute. Some of them are very risque if you think about it. Well, so going in this whole Betty Boop rabbit hole, I started searching like Tijuana Bibles. I was like trying to find anything I could about Tijuana Bibles, and I did find a really cool book that gives the graphic history of Tijuana Bibles, and it's this book, The Erotic Comics, The Graphic History from Tijuana Bibles to Underground Comics. And it's actually got a cool Bill Ward back cover. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? That's Bill Ward. I love Bill Ward's art. And can I even show what's inside here? Yeah, I can show. I think we got some cool good girl art inside. Some girls in lingerie. Okay. Okay, I can't show that. What can I show in here? It's just like, okay, we got some Bill Ward stuff. So we got some Bill Ward. I can show this. But yeah, a lot of this is very risque. But it's, you know, oh wow. Okay, I can't show either of those two pages. Oh, another guy that I really like is Eric Stanton. He does some really cool fetish books, just really fun stuff. You got to check out his stuff. Eric Stanton is S. Vaughn, if you're still watching, do a video on Eric Stanton. Really interesting guy. Eric Stanton, he would do these fetish comics, and he would do them out of his own home. he would literally use his photocopier to create the books, and then you could order them. Like he would on the comic book he would put like his own home address, and you could order books from him. But the artwork was really amazing. Just really great artwork. But fetish, you know, it is what it is. But really, just really good girl. Uh, uh, Maybe sort of bad girl, I guess. Artwork, and it was just his stuff was really amazing. So definitely a person that the history of Eric Stanton would be a really fun video to do. So if S. Vaughn is watching this, please do a video on that, because I think he is one of those artists that is highly overlooked, but there are fans of his stuff out there. I really can't show most of the stuff that's in this book, by the way. It is very adult. It is very, very adult. Oh my goodness. But this is definitely a cool book if you're interested in Tijuana Bibles and the erotic comic genre. This is definitely a cool book to get. I think I paid, it was either $15 or $20 for this. So it's not that expensive. And it's in, my copy is just, this copy looks like it's in mint condition. So just a really cool book. Definitely one I recommend. Now, inside this little package, as I said, I was going down this rabbit hole looking into Tijuana Bibles. I believe that this book, this is a collection of Tijuana Bibles. And of course, look at how they send it to me. Look at this. This is the worst. Look at the way they ship this. So yeah, look, this is poorly shipped. But this is a group of original Tijuana Bibles. These would be from the 30s and maybe into the 40s. And they're very fragile. You got Rose and her bow. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I can show you this page. But definitely gets more risque after that. It's like, yeah, very interesting little book. Okay, so there's that one. I picked up this collection, and this little collection, it cost me $60. and it's just like a little collection of 8 Tijuana Bibles. And with the Tijuana Bibles, there was really no character that was unscathed, I guess, because they tried to pick the most popular characters and do Tijuana Bibles about them. Yeah, Joe Shuster. Yeah, he actually did a book that's actually really key to the whole comic history. That was an adult book. It was uh, uh, Knights of Terror or something like that. Um, and basically, it was a book that led to the end of the Golden Age because it was so risque, so over the top that these 2 serial killers actually mimicked the scenes that were in the comic. And what happened was they mimicked the scenes in the comic, these kind of female torture scenes, and it led to Wortham making the connection between comics and juvenile delinquency into delinquency in general. And it's one of the things that actually was used to say, hey, maybe comics are not good for kids. So yeah, that was Joe Shuster's contribution to comics in a way. Huge. He started the Golden Age and he kind of ended it in a weird way. This is another one. Arthur Treacher in Breakfast in Bed. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's like nothing I can show in these. Now, Tijuana Bibles, just so you know, are usually only a few pages long. There's maybe like usually 8 pages is all you get. And I think that even includes the covers. And this one, nothing I can show. not one page I can show of that. Okay, then we got some Drugan. So what is it? Eat? My Eat. Oh my goodness. What's gonna be inside this one? Oh, it's a very interesting one. Okay. Less eating than I would expect, actually. A lot of two women action going on in that one. So if you ever want 2 women, this one's in really rough shape. Oh my goodness, it almost looks like they lit it on fire. This one's like, you can see. I think that's from staple, like just the whatever. The staple disintegrating over time. And you can see, one sec. Usually the first page is not so bad. Yeah, so the first page is not so bad. So the cover, the cover kind of came off on this one. I'm gonna probably bag and board these. And we got She Found It with Charles Butterworth. What have I just stumbled into? Yeah, this is a little collection of Tijuana Bibles that I picked up. So I figured, hey, I'd show some of them. Oh my goodness, I can't even show anything. This one is like lots of stuff going on. Okay, so it's like one of those ones you have to look at many different angles. Okay, and then okay, this one again, another one that's the covers come off, which is kind of sad. But we got this one. I think this one's incomplete actually, because it's missing the back cover. We got, what is it? The Adventures of Fuller Brushman. Hot Nuts. Wow. And yeah, I'll just show you a little bit of the back. You can see that it's very adultish. And then we got, and they like to pick a lot of the more comedic characters. So this is Joe Jinks and Pete. And it's unknown who are the artists behind these ones, but it's very underground. These are some of the most underground comics in comics. We always think of the underground comic movement as being something in the 1960s with Robert Crumb and all those artists. but there was a more underground version of comics, which was much earlier. And these are from, as I said, these are from the 1930s. Um, and just really hard to find, these Tijuana Bibles. To find original ones, you can get reprints of these, actually. And yeah, I'll show you. One page I can show you. That's about it. The rest is like way too adult. Yeah, just it's amazing. Actually, this page I can show too. You can see he sort of sees the other guy with his wife or something. Just really interesting, crazy, over the top. Like, like I always think of that time period as being much more innocent than now, but if you look at these comics, they're not so innocent. Way more over the top than stuff that you would see nowadays, even. Uh, and these were during like the Great Depression, if you think about it. So it's very interesting, how people made some very interesting smut back in the day. That's all. That's the only way I can describe it. Um, so that's a little bit of the stuff that was a little bit loose within this comic book unboxing. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be in this unboxing that's really, really cool. So stay tuned for it. The first episode where I actually show some comics on that will be on Tuesday. And so definitely check that first unboxing out. I'm actually thinking of relabeling my unboxing videos where I just keep track of how many unboxings I've done, because it's like I always have to come up with some new title. I can never come up with a new title for my unboxings. So I might just start numbering them. So it might be just like, instead of number 1 of 14, it might be just number 267, and then so forth, more sequential. So I'm thinking of doing that going forward, because it's just hard to keep track of all the unboxings that I've done. Yeah, I, I actually, as I said, I only went down this rabbit hole because of Betty Boop and my love of that character. Um, so it was just a really cool book to pick up, was to get her first appearance in the Tijuana Bible, which will be in a future unboxing. That one is on its way to my stackery right now. So definitely a cool book that I will be showing in the future. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel just to see that book. That book is going to be something cool to see. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this unboxing. You can see a lot of my influences in here, of stuff that I've been buying. So definitely hope you enjoyed this video. And thanks again for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Saturday. Yeah, if you have a comic book collection and you need some help with it, well, I guess now I can say, hey, I can help you sell that comic book collection. So that's my big announcement. I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks again. Bye, everyone.